following bills at the state capitol, introduced just weeks after our in-depth look at public housing and the trouble inside.
Chief Investigative Reporter David Iverson reports from Hartford on today's hearings.
This is a controversial idea being debated at the state capitol. What should happen with publicly funded housing? WTNH has detailed violent clashes and a lack of services in elderly and disabled public housing. The issues now have bills that would change things, but advocates have been warning too much action could be seen as discrimination.
And if there's anyone else.
Gail Sokolnicki spent the afternoon testifying in front of state policymakers.
This is my mom's voice, reaching out to help others.
Her mother suffered an assault in elderly housing.
We're fighting for your mom and my mom and all of our moms.
Sokolnicki's mother, Helen Matalavich, told her story to News 8 back in November.
Bang. Oh, I went for a loop. I was going down, 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 and then I hit my head and my back, and I heard everything crackle.
Matalavich lived in Seymour's elderly housing alongside other seniors over the age of 62, as well as people of any age with any disability. At the age of 95, Matalavich was assaulted by a mentally ill neighbor.
They took everything away from me.
The policy of mixing elderly and disabled populations in public housing is on the agenda for the Housing Committee to reconsider this year.
I've been Deputy First Selectman here in the town of Seymour for the last 5 years.
One bill was proposed by Seymour's new representative, Nicole Claridis-Ditria, because of problems she heard about in Matalavich's complex.
We've had issues, and I've talked to the people and the residents.
A second bill was proposed by Representative Larry Butler to study the issue more in depth after having a similar bill fail to pass last year.
Obviously, this issue is raising some angst, right, in the room.
And both bills brought a lot of controversy to the hearing room.
I reject this bill, and I urge you to reject this bill.
Some thought Claridis-Ditria's proposal to separate the two populations was discriminatory.
I certainly don't want to discriminate, and that is not the intent of me wanting to do this.
Lawmakers asked Department of Housing Commissioner Yvonne Klein why nothing seemed to be changing after years of hearings about the issue.
If I may, can you share with me what steps you have undertaken?
We do have procedures that can help folks.
Klein said that the help is there for housing authorities, but some committee members seemed skeptical.
We do have an issue in public housing in this state, and I've heard it many, many times.
Sokolnicki spent her morning at her mother's funeral and her afternoon here, hoping that something changes.
If you could help one person so this never happens again to that one person, I appreciate it.
From here, the bill has to get out of committee by a vote, and if that happens, then it goes before a full vote in the House. At the state capitol, David Iverson reporting for the News 8 investigators.
And if you think you have something that the investigators should check out, give them a call. The number is right there on your screen. It's 203-402-TIP-8.